welcome back. I am kind of wrapping up these videos, like I mentioned before, for you guys of how all the installs went on the Jeep this week. And the second one that we did, I should say we, actually Wyatt did this one himself. I'll explain that in a second. But the second one we did was the stealth light bar that goes up inside the windshield from Quadratec. And this one was definitely at the top of my list of things that I wanted most for the Jeep. I think partially because that's the photographer in me that's a little bit light obsessed. When I saw this one, it was kind of like that hands-on, yes, this is everything I was looking for kind of moment. So I'll again explain that even more so in a second of why I wanted that one. But so far, this is definitely my favorite install on the Jeep, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, as you will probably see in all of the images I've been posting. It's definitely been featured. But back to Wyatt did this one himself, and that kind of is a testament to how easy and simple this is and how amazing the instructions from Quadratec are. It's one of my favorite things about them with all of their videos and install guides. It just kind of makes even somebody who knows nothing about what they're doing or is horrible at wiring, like myself, makes it super easy and just makes sense. So Wyatt bet me that he could do this without asking for the instructions, because he said he watched the install video from Rob on Quadratec.com and watched it once, just once, and that he had memorized it and he needed no further instruction or help with it. So of course I had to let him, well, I thought he was going to ask for help. He didn't. So he did it all by himself. He's very proud of himself. He's playing it cool, but he's definitely very excited about it, and definitely I think maybe actually had some fun too, but again, he's a teenager, he won't admit that. So I'm gonna let you guys you'll see that full video through there. I'm not gonna step-by-step it for you because the instruction videos on Quadratec.com are so detailed and thorough, they really couldn't get any better, so there's no reason to repeat any of that. But it'll kind of show you just how that whole process went through. And kind of if you have any questions, let me know as you know, go through, leave me a comment, kind of let me know and I'll try to answer that for you. I've gotten a few already from people, so I'm gonna kind of go over those right now. So details on the light are, let me turn this on for you. 2 different colors, obviously, which is awesome. The switch is actually up in the light. You don't even have to install another switch anywhere else. It's already in there for you. You've got white, which is a 5700 Kelvin toned white light, and then you've got your amber light. And then it's on the toggle switch that's right in the middle. So one of the main questions I had on people about the power of it being, it's just over 10,000 lumen, and I had a few people say that a good light bar needed to be like triple that amount, which is a little bit insane to me because as much as I love light and powerful light sources, that's a little extreme. I can't imagine anything that I would need something much stronger than this for, even out on the trail. This is a 90-degree wide spread all the way across, so you get this really great, you know, spread of light. On top of that, I have 3 auxiliary lights on the front that are each 5,000 plus my headlights, so there's a lot of light going on in the front of the Jeep. I think we're done with lighting the front of the Jeep. We've definitely moved to the other sides now, but for me, 10,000 plus lumen is more than enough for anything I could possibly want to do. If anything, it's really great at pissing off my neighbors, as I've already learned just in testing it. So definitely plenty of light from that. My other question I got a lot on was whether there was glare on my dash from it, because I guess a few people had seen complaints of that. I haven't had an issue with that at all. It fits right up into the glass right there, and there's a weather stripping on it that seals it for you. So if you're having an issue with that, I actually assume it'd probably be because you need to slide it up or push harder up on it when you're installing it before you tighten it down. That was the one part I did help Wyatt with. I lifted it up as hard as I could so that while he was tightening down those bolts in there, that they were nice and tight and up against the windshield, so that if it shifted a little bit, it wasn't going to be an issue. But as long as you've got it up in there right and tighten up on the brackets, and it can take a few times, you shouldn't be seeing any of the glare down on the dash down here. On the top, I did have a little bit of space on the top on mine, and that actually has nothing to do with the light bar. It has to do with my addition of the Jeep being the 75th anniversary. I have that wiring that comes down into my rearview mirror because it goes to my OnStar and all of the special stuff that's in that rearview mirror, which you really don't need. You could just unplug it and kind of shove it up in there, but it created just a little bit with our wiring at the top, and that was an easy solution with just a quick little 1/4 inch thin strip of weather stripping kind of shoved up in there. There's no more light at the top, and even that, it's not spilling really into the cab area, so it probably wouldn't bother most people. For me, again, perfectionist, it was just a little bit of an issue, but that was easily solved. And again, not anything due to the light bar, it's just because of how my rearview mirror is set up in there. So what else? If y'all have any questions, again, just leave me a comment. Happy to answer any of them. I am gonna fully test it next week on the trails. I took it out and had some fun with it and shot some really fun content pictures, like I mentioned before, and some video and drone. But I didn't have access to my local trails this week due to hunting season restrictions. So I am gonna try to get it out next week on a real trail and really kind of wheel with it and see how it handles everything. And I will get that video up for you guys on the next one. But for now, enjoy this quick little install video that Wyatt did, and I will keep you updated. Another quick thing to note that I really loved about this really quick before I send you on to the video with Wyatt is actually that it is super, super lightweight. And when I say lightweight, I mean that that whole bar up in the top there weighs less than just one of my auxiliary lights down here. So as far as my whole goal of keeping the Jeep super light and super kind of streamlined, no additional parts, no things that can rust, it's kind of perfect and ideal for making sure that I'm accomplishing that. So you can't really get any lighter than that or any more streamlined than that. There's just nothing additional and definitely no worrying about things rusting, unlike all of the other lights on the Jeep already.
And some stuff and then taking out different portions. Reassembling might be the only issue because I need to align stuff to make sure I get it properly, but other than that, as long as I have tools, it should be fine.
So you can do that without looking at the instructions, is what you're saying?
It's a very simple build. It's not that hard. It's mostly just like feeding the wires through to the passenger side, not to the...
But just to clarify,
yeah.
For if you ask me for the instructions in a few minutes, you don't need the instructions?
No.
Okay. You wired it.
I did it.
On the first time. Hold still, turn it back on and leave it on. Okay, and then turn it off and turn it back to the warm one.